Friends, the market right now feels like a volcano on the verge of eruption. Everyone is panicking, but I sense that something massive is coming. Today, I'll explain why you shouldn't fear this chaos, where the next crypto surge might come from, and how to prepare for it right now. We'll break down what's actually driving Bitcoin and altcoins, and I'll share my game plan for the next few months. Plus, I'll tell you about the assets that are staying in my portfolio despite all the market swings. So watch until the end. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Friends, the market has been going crazy for the past few weeks, and that's putting it mildly. Bitcoin dropped back to 80,000, then rebounded to 85,000. Altcoins are crashing one by one, and social media is in total chaos. All I see in the comments is, "It's over! The bulls are dead! Time to move everything into stablecoins." The fear index is off the charts, people are withdrawing funds en masse, and some are even claiming that crypto will never recover. But you know what? I'm sitting here, sipping my coffee, and not even thinking about panicking. Why? Because behind all this noise, I see something bigger than just panic, and I'll explain exactly what keeps me in this Zen state. Let's break it down. Right now, everyone is obsessing over news headlines. Trump says something about the dollar. China announces new stimulus. Some big player sells off their holdings. It feels like these headlines are the main thing driving the market. But let me tell you straight up, I don't buy it. Sure, news can add emotion. It can push prices up or down temporarily. But the real driver isn't what you read on Twitter or Bloomberg. It's something deeper, something most people overlook. And when I started digging, I realized we're all looking in the wrong direction. Here's an example. While panic sellers are dumping their coins out of fear, I'm checking on-chain data. And guess what I see? The whales, those massive players with million-dollar wallets, aren't just sitting idly by. They're actively buying Bitcoin during this dip. In just the past 30 days, whales have accumulated over 65,000 Bitcoin, and that's just the transactions we can track. And these aren't small-time speculators. These are people who know where the wind is blowing. They're not panicking, they're preparing, and that's the first major signal telling me, hey, something big is brewing, and this is definitely not the end. Now let's take a step back and look at history. We've seen this before. Remember fall 2022 when everyone was screaming about the market collapsing after FTX? Bitcoin plunged to 16,000 and everyone buried the bull market. And what happened next? Those who kept a cool head and bought during the panic were laughing all the way to the bank when the market exploded upward. Right now, I feel that same energy, fear, uncertainty. But behind the scenes, something is building, and I'm convinced whales aren't stacking Bitcoin for no reason. They see what's coming. So, while some people panic sell into USDT, I'm keeping my eyes on the real indicators. And now, let me explain where I think the market's next breakout might come from.
3, 2, 1, fire!
Hold on tight. I'm about to tell you where I expect the market to explode and how we can look into the future of crypto right now. This isn't just speculation. These are real triggers that I'm keeping on my radar, and soon, you'll see why. The first trigger, my crypto time machine, M2 Global Indicator. Listen carefully, because this is going to blow your mind. I open TradingView, switch to the weekly Bitcoin chart, click W, search for M2 Global, add it to the chart, and I see a black line. At first glance, it seems ordinary. It moves up and down with Bitcoin's price, but doesn't always align perfectly. And then, I stumbled upon something that glued me to my chair. If you shift this index forward by 10 weeks, go into settings via the gear icon and set it to +10, it starts predicting Bitcoin's movements with insane, almost cosmic accuracy. Let me give you real examples so you can grasp the scale of this. Remember Bitcoin's peak on December 9th? Everyone was celebrating back then. But now, imagine if you had known about it 70 days earlier, on September 30th, just by looking at this index. Because when set correctly, it shows liquidity trends 10 weeks in advance. I was in shock when I started backtesting it. I took the 2023 chart, when the bull market was just waking up after the FTX crisis. And guess what? Every key reversal, every correction, every major move was already mapped out by this black line 10 weeks ahead. This isn't magic, it's real liquidity data showing where the money is going. Now looking at March 15, 2025, I see liquidity has dipped slightly, but from March 24th, it starts rising. By mid-May, it's a full-blown vertical explosion, like a rocket launch. What does this mean for us? It means we are on the edge of another major surge. First, Bitcoin will pump, then big caps like Ethereum will follow, and after that, altcoins will go parabolic. The second trigger, fundamental liquidity drivers. Look at what's happening globally. I checked the DXY, dollar index. It's falling like a rock. The third trigger, spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, the nuclear bomb under the market. Just imagine, institutions and massive Wall Street funds will open their fat wallets and start pouring billions into crypto. We're about to see insane capital inflows. On top of that, there are already rumors and news about potential ETF approvals for Solana, XRP, and other coins. Let's talk about which coins I'm holding and which ones I expect to rise on March 24th. To start, I'd like to focus on Ethereum. Despite significant growth over the past day, unfortunately, Ethereum remains an underdog. Meanwhile, spot Ethereum ETFs continue to experience substantial capital outflows, and in recent days, these outflows have increased significantly. However, it's important to clarify, it's not experienced traders who are panicking. Meanwhile, large investors are accumulating more and more ETH. According to Glassnode's cost-basis distribution indicator, major investors have been accumulating Ethereum during its price declines. Interestingly, it seems that we might actually see staking become available for spot Ethereum ETFs, which could significantly increase investor interest in this asset. In fact, right at the time of recording this video, the SEC has accepted applications for review regarding potential updates to existing ETFs. By the way, the Pectra audit has been completed, and the results are impressive. Critical bugs have been fixed, and smart contracts have been optimized for security and efficiency. This further reinforces Ethereum's strong future prospects. In my recent videos, I mentioned that I'm holding Solana both in my experimental portfolio, where I invested $20,000, and in my main wallet. Lately, Sol has been on a roller coaster. The price has dropped over 50% from its January 2025 highs. And do you know why? It all started with the hyped launch of Trump, Donald Trump's meme coin, which drained liquidity from the network and then crashed, dragging faith in Solana down with it. After that, there were a series of major events on Solana, leading to large capital outflows from the blockchain. But let me tell you, it's not that simple. Despite a significant drop in active users, Solana still holds the #1 position among all blockchains in key metrics. Overall, as I previously discussed in my videos, March 1st marked a massive unlock of Solana tokens. When FTX went bankrupt, major funds acquired 58 million SOL in several stages. A significant portion was sold at $64, while the rest was liquidated between $95 and $102. However, as I mentioned before, these funds are unlikely to sell off their SOL holdings right now. Why? Because there's no reason to sell so cheaply when spot Solana ETFs are on the horizon. Several applications have already been submitted to the SEC by various funds, and some are even under review. Considering all this, I see huge potential for further growth. With the inflow of capital from ETFs and the potential market rebound closer to March 24th, I see a bright future ahead. Let's talk about another Layer 1 blockchain, although not as big as the ones we've discussed before. Friends, 2024 has been an explosive year for Sui. This young US-based project literally stormed into the game with a massive ecosystem, offering DeFi, GameFi, and tons of different features. TVL skyrocketed to an insane $2 billion, a breakthrough moment. However, right now, we're seeing a significant decline in this figure, but I'm not panicking, and I'll explain why. First, SUI is an American project, which means that Trump's pro-crypto wave is definitely affecting it. Eric Trump recently tweeted that he holds SUI in his portfolio, although on-chain analysts from Arkham say that neither his nor World Liberty Financial's wallets actually hold any SUI tokens. Hype or truth? You decide. Second, SUI is keeping up with trends. They are building AI projects, but most importantly, they're diving deep into gaming. Their crypto console, SUPlay 0x1, which was announced at SUI Basecamp, is already available for pre-order. Imagine this: exclusive GameFi experiences, player rewards. It's pure madness. But let's be honest, if the market doesn't recover, no one will care about crypto gaming. And here's some fresh news. A partnership with Arkham, announced on March 7th via Cointelegraph, is a huge win for on-chain analytics. Plus, in May, SUI is preparing for its major SUI Basecamp conference in Paris. Expect big announcements and maybe even a bullish rally. So my verdict, SUI will stay on top if the market gives it the green light. I'm keeping SUI on my radar. What about you? If you're even slightly involved in DeFi, you've definitely heard of Pendle. This project hasn't just become part of the DeFi scene. It has actually opened up an entirely new market, trading future yield. Simply put, Pendle allows users to buy and sell future earnings from DeFi assets. Think of it like bonds in the traditional financial world, but fully executed on smart contracts. Imagine you have staked assets, like Ethereum in Lido or USDT in a yield farming pool. Normally, you'd have to wait until these assets generate profits over time. But with Pendle, you can instantly sell your future yield and get liquidity right now. Or, on the flip side, you can buy discounted yield and earn more in the future. This adds a whole new level of flexibility for DeFi investors. This is a game-changing technology, but mainly for experienced DeFi users who understand yield mechanics. The platform itself is built for more advanced crypto investors. Right now, Pendle's TVL stands at $4.5 billion, which clearly shows strong confidence in the platform. At the same time, Pendle is gradually growing, and it's at a crucial moment. If the protocol continues to prove its strength, we could soon see an all-time high in TVL. One of the key aspects of this project is its native token, Pendle, which is deeply integrated into the ecosystem. What's interesting is that Pendle's market cap is only $402 million at the time of recording this video. However, 33% of this supply is locked in staking, which is a clear indicator of investor confidence and the project's potential. It's also important to note that Pendle is built on Ethereum and supports Binance Smart Chain and Arbitrum. This means that Ethereum's performance is crucial for Pendle's success. If Ethereum regains strength and outperforms other altcoins, interest in Ethereum-based projects like Pendle will surge. Now, let's move on to the next token. Friends, let's move on. And here's Ondo Finance, a true titan in the world of real-world assets. This isn't just another DeFi project, it's a full-fledged gateway between traditional finance and blockchain. Ondo has already established itself as a top player, and now I'll explain why this could change the game. What does Ondo do? They tokenize stable assets like government bonds and securities, giving us access to them via smart contracts. Imagine buying a fraction of Apple or Tesla stocks directly on the blockchain and earning passive income. Recently, Ondo launched Ondo GM, a platform with over 1,000 assets from NYSE and NASDAQ, plus fixed income funds. And their Ondo Nexus is on another level entirely. Instant liquidity for tokenized treasuries. And guess what? This initiative is backed by giants like Franklin Templeton and WisdomTree. CoinDesk reported on this on March 12, 2025. Why is this a big deal? Ondo turns traditional financial assets into something similar to stablecoins, pegged one-to-one, that can be transferred globally. I see massive potential here, stability combined with blockchain. What's not to love? What do you think? Well, now I'd like to shift to the AI narrative and immediately discuss Near Protocol. Near aims to create a transparent and decentralized AI that is accessible to everyone, not just corporations. In today's world, where automation and job displacement are becoming increasingly relevant, this approach looks very promising. What's particularly interesting is how NEAR integrates blockchain into solving AI-related problems. For example, they have already launched a special program for developers, where 6 teams are working on various projects, from open data to crypto models, AI commerce, and cloud computing. These initiatives could significantly boost NEAR's development. In fact, this is the only token from this selection that doesn't have a lot of current news. However, I was still able to highlight some rather interesting updates and announcements. DWF Labs announced strategic support for teams launching AI agents on NEAR. Additionally, the team revealed plans to create the world's largest open-source AI model. The project is estimated at $160 million, which they plan to finance through token sales, and NEAR holders will receive profits from the model's usage. Another noteworthy update is that Grayscale included NEAR protocol in its top 20 coins with the highest potential in its latest analytical report. Honestly, I believe that many people are underestimating this token, as NEAR is truly a leader in the AI market and continues to make impressive breakthroughs in this space. Moving on to the next altcoin in this video, Render Token, or simply RNDR. If you work with 3D graphics or design, this project will definitely catch your attention. Render Network is the world's first decentralized GPU rendering platform, connecting owners of unused graphics processors with artists and studios in need of computing power. What makes Render so special? First, it allows anyone with the right equipment to join the network and provide their GPU resources for rendering, earning RNDR tokens in return. This not only democratizes the rendering process, but also makes it faster and more accessible to all participants. Several interesting developments have taken place recently. First, Render Network announced its first ever offline conference, RenderCon, scheduled for April 15th in Los Angeles. This event will focus on the network's development and will bring the community together to discuss future plans. Second, the CEO of Render detailed on Twitter what's next for the project. While he didn't reveal specifics, it's clear the company has big plans, and it seems like new partnerships with other products and projects are on the horizon. Additionally, the Render Foundation AI Scouts program, which supports AI startups on the Render platform, is expanding. In February, several new projects were added, which could increase demand for RNDR. This is a long-term advantage. Supporting startups means greater network usage, leading to more transactions involving RNDR. Moreover, the Render team has recently enhanced its AI-powered image generation tools. Among the latest updates are Photon, the addition of Stable Diffusion 1.6, a browser-based editing feature for Flux, and access to Dream Machine Ray 2. What do you think? Does Render have the potential to revolutionize the rendering industry? Is this project worth investing in? Share your thoughts in the comments. Well, that's it for today. Remember, these are just my personal thoughts on the market, not financial advice. Always do your own research before investing. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and stay tuned for more crypto reviews. See you next time.